Alright, hey everybody, we are back. Paul Worry Family from the Gaming. With me is
Team Gamer.
And we are doing the FFG reacts to the Paradox Insider.
I am so happy to personally get to announce this all-digital PDXCon event in May. So in just over 2 months, literally around the corner. And there will be activities taking place during the whole month of May, but the main event is happening May 21st to May 23rd.
My heart's so full of joy and probably more cholesterol than it should.
Well, I'm happy to hear at least about the first part.
Well, radiological discussions aside, I'm very excited about the PDXCon remix and want to hear more. So, Paula is going to go over with Eda and Shams to tell us more. So, see you later, Paula. Bye. Have fun. Bon voyage.
And I am joined now by our Masters of Ceremony from PDXCon, our CEO, Eva Jungerud, and our Chief BizDev Officer, Shams.
Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Hello, Paula. How are you doing?
I'm doing great, and I'm so happy to be here. Very excited to be here.
And she still has that nose. Look at that huge nose. Wow, she's got a big nose too.
May 21st.
But her nose is even bigger.
And it's completely free
Wow.
for anyone to join. Let's get back to the core here, because we've been doing PDXCon for several years now. Why are we doing PDXCon in the first place?
Well, I mean,
PDXCon?
Very much the essence of who we are as a company. It's a place, and as a game.
Evolution, Brundun.
Company. It's of course where we can show our.
I think she's related to the Swedish chef.
It's where we can meet with fans, and when fans can meet with us, and when we've asked in the past, when we've asked what's been the best part of PDXCon, it's been very much that meeting with us, meeting the devs, the favorite person,
What was that?
the
Okay.
favorite game, etc. So.
And we were here and typed hey.
Kind of bringing it to Stockholm, Berlin.
And then like the screen, I was like, what is happening?
Fan event. Everyone's invited, and it's good.
Yes, and it's called PDXCon Remix. Why are we calling it that?
Well,
Because you're Paradox, interactive.
our first, or our, not our first, but it's our biggest digital
Yes.
event ever.
And you want to have your own like events. You're like, well, there's Minecon and there's BlizzCon or BlizzardCon, and we gotta have our own, right? Like, they're not happy until they have their own little thing. It's just me, kind of angled. Hey, dude, your camera, it's the tripod's not. There's a thing there that can tell you if it's you know.
And add a new kind of collaborative twist.
I like her hair though. I mean, her hair is awesome. Look at that, like long blonde hair. Look at it. It just goes down. I mean, she has a shiny forehead too.
Deeper into that.
Sure, I mean, fan collaboration has always been.
I think Yolanda says I have a shiny forehead. She's like, your forehead's getting shinier.
You tell the story.
Thank you.
Exactly. So the idea is to bring that to PDXCon this year.
I do like this company. One thing, they're getting to wear tennis shoes to work. So I mean, that's pretty cool. I like Paradox for that.
You wake up in the morning, you sleep, you go to bed at night, you sleep with the shoes on. People do
Hey, look, it's that triangle she showed us, a little pyramid. A little cheap thing she almost stepped on and broke. Which was like, let me show you behind the scenes. Look, we have this, and a stage, and another stage, and this is where we'll show the videos. So, isn't that wonderful? Don't you feel like it's amazing behind the scenes? And there's a camera I almost ran into.
Can we stop the chatting and get into the games?
Submissions are open.
I know. This is, I think last year they were only like 45 minutes or something.
All of this content.
And they waste so much time blah, 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 blah. Let me tell you how wonderful we are.
PDXCon this year.
We're awesome. We're the most awesome sauce on the planet.
Yeah.
Put your graham crackers in the applesauce and eat it. It's good. That's what we do. That's our games.
We have community challenges, tournaments, a lot of ways to kind of be interactive with
Your favorite developers.
More about the agenda.
Whose side are you on?
Next couple of months.
Cop?
Well, they're being paid by that company, so I think you know whose side they're on.
Announcement show.
The company that paid the man cop them.
We usually
Yeah.
reveal our new stuff. But do you have any hints?
It's all top
there?
secret. Top secret. The only thing I can say is 21st of May.
Yep.
No, but it's
She has a top secret, 21st of May.
of the,
Well, it's not very top secret anymore, is it?
Not really.
Just thinking about that.
Besides, that's the...
Whoa, her eyes got big. You saw that? Woo, look at the whites of my eyes.
Yeah. Check some of that.
Okay, Noah will be back.
Thank you so much, Ebba and Sean.
They're not wearing masks.
For having us.
We can't wait to tell you more about PDXCon Remix. Head over to the website, sign up, let us know what you
Hey, he
think
wasn't wearing a
about
mask behind the scene. Now he's not.
Welcome back.
But he's got a beard, and that's about as good as a mask, isn't it?
your journey to and from the far end of the stage.
Yeah, you know, you didn't tell me this would involve a lot of walking. You promised this would be easy.
When did I promise that?
I assumed it was going
Whoa!
to be easy.
Well,
Someone think they're a bull?
you get to
He's got a bull ring in his nose.
Yeah, no, I noticed that.
move right on.
Oh, the snake logo.
Stuff to share
Did
today
it again.
with Paradox Insider. From brand new surprises like PDXCon Remixed to closer looks at our favorite games, like our original iconic series Europa Universalis. Joanne is joining us from our new studio Paradox Tinto in Barcelona.
Barcelona.
And he's got cool stuff to share about our new expansion Leviathan.
Howdy, all. With us now, we have the studio
Johan.
Paradox Tinto joining us to discuss all of the new and exciting changes coming to Europa Universalis for this year. Welcome, Johan Anderson, to the show.
Hey, your last name has too many S's in the end there, Anderson.
Year for Europa Universalis.
Someone like just got really crazy with the S's. You only need one S.
That's one hope to this goal, but yeah, it was a pretty awesome year. It was
Oh, he's got a really cool thing. Look at that. Ah, look how I can do with my fingers.
which was a huge success. Arguably,
He doesn't know what to do with his hands.
it's definitely
He's not like hands guy, but he's not really sure what to do with his hands.
made for the franchise. And we celebrated the 20th
So I guess the studio is still cold. He has to wear a cap. You see that? Is that like a fashion sense? I'm gonna wear all black and a red cap. Yeah, a little power thing there. Hopefully we're okay. We're okay. We're okay. Looks good.
cool, really cool, and probably a little bit cooler for me personally is that we started a new studio here in Spain called Paradox Tinto, which
They have a Paradox Spain studio.
awesome to work with because I'm coding and designing and have a kick-ass team.
I think I can,
Language.
I think I can understand why he's wearing a hat. I think where Paradox are, maybe it's cold there, it's snowing there.
Well, I think they're like in Sweden or Switzerland,
Yeah, so it gets cold there very easily.
near the Alps.
Yeah, very cold there.
Or is that in France? Hey, chat, help me. Where are the Alps?
It's,
Someone look it up. I'm too lazy.
It's in the middle of France somewhere.
Are they still blah, 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 blah?
Playing a country that's small up to mid-sized and you want to stay that way and not just
So the frame starts red, becomes yellow, becomes green, goes back to yellow, back to red.
Yeah.
the powerful country that is not just used on a map. But
He's got really cool, like, round glasses.
adding 3 new features,
I have bottle cup glasses.
which allows you to
Oh, now I
Ooh.
remember this game.
Ooh, here's a game.
development from your territories or from your subjects into your capital, creating one of these huge cities like Paris or London or
When you have that many options, you click somewhere. Oh my goodness.
we'll synergizing nicely with that one.
This is why I have trouble with their games.
Which is centralized state.
Because it's like you have 50 options of what you can do.
Cost of that state, because governing cost is
And after I make it through the tutorial, I forget what I'm supposed to be doing.
state, and the governing cost will be reduced in this by
Oh, that's a screen usually on.
government refund.
Yeah.
Wow, we have much of similar names in this game.
Fixed it.
And
Yep,
finally,
totally.
we have the expanded infrastructure, which
Get
allows
off
you
this
to
boring
add
M game.
manufacturers in the same province, multiple manufacturers, almost as many as you want if you keep expanding infrastructure. But while all of this is super cool and makes playing tall
Super cool.
good, that's not really why we're here.
He thinks his game is reeking of awesomeness. It stinks of stellar, stunning coolness.
We wanted the diplomatic system was to make it more
You ever done that? Take a negative word, put it with a positive word. You know, like reeking is usually like horrible. Like it stinks.
something you gain from allies,
But reeking of awesomeness.
so that when you have been allied with someone
Poor Noah. I was like, no, help me.
Say, Chad, I'm just here to watch a little bit of this and then get ready
offensive
for
words that you were
FFG.
not necessarily interested in joining in the first place to help you out. So we thought, how can we expand this? First of all, we added a new diplomatic action called curry favors, where you use a diplomat to gain favors over time with that nation.
So you mean like Joe Biden in China?
Favors to
China.
start a pot
Is that what we're talking about?
without necessarily
Or was it Joe Biden with what was that other country where Hunter Biden was in?
I don't know.
It was somewhere over near Russia.
promised you, maybe a province they had
Ukraine?
from your
Yeah.
earlier.
Yeah.
I don't even think
Ukraine.
Ukraine's inside of Russia.
Damage relations
No, it's like outside now.
party.
It's on the
It may have
outer-
been inside, but there's not once,
on
but
the
now it's
outer
outside.
lands of
Forming against
Russia.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could see how that would be a real game changer, especially in multiplayer. Instantly sabotaging an
Oh, it's
AI to turn against
multiplayer,
human
huh?
opponents. Ugh.
Hey, look, he has a razor
Yeah,
patch.
I mean, this is
Yeah.
definitely going to transform the diplomatic side.
Razor.
It will be a slightly less
Razor,
purely war
gaming.
military,
I have a cool shirt on.
and it will give them advantage to nations
Are you
with
fed
lots
up?
of diplomats or the other diplomatic types of ideas.
Oh, yeah, I'm really excited to see it, honestly. It sounds really interesting and really complex. And thank you so much for sharing all of those Leviathan updates. But we also have something else to discuss today. The EU4 Subscription Plan.
Why can't he sound manly?
Last 8 years, we released
He's got the cards.
content packs, user packs, and we're perfectly aware that not always everyone is able to buy them upfront, even if they want to play.
Give us more money.
So in 2020,
Buy my game, and then we have an extra service on top of it. Buy more. Buy.
now we're happy to announce that for $4.99 a month, you will be able to access all current and future content as long as you have an active subscription, and it will go live on Steam
And okay, so let's see here.
this year.
That's $60 a year
March 18 is the first big
before
day
tax,
this year.
Yeah.
which is more than the cost of a game,
So much for chatting with
more than the cost of the DLC.
We're very excited for Leviathan and for all the changes to come to EU.
That is like a bad deal.
Oh yeah, sure, please go.
I mean, first of all, I want to thank you to all the guys in the studio for doing this work in these hard COVID times. And I also want to thank every single team at Paradox because of all the awesome work you're doing. I want to make a special shout out to the team here in
Nobody
Spain
cares
because
about your
I love
game.
you guys and you're doing a great job.
Did we ask him for shoutouts?
Just
No.
Could you please give a shout out to someone?
community because you're awesome and I just love making games for you. I mean, I will
Wait, does he have some kind of like a hanky
so fun to make.
bandana or something hanging out his back pocket?
And thank you again,
Probably.
community. Without your
It's one of those
we would
weird.
not be where we
It's
are
not like
today.
you have pocket like right here. It's
We
like
hope that this year to come will be exciting
halfway
for you, and we hope
down
Leviathan
your
helps
leg,
you enjoy
partly.
EU4 for years to
it's
come.
weird.
Huh. Are they gonna show us the game now? Hey Zanga, how you doing?
Thanks to Joanne for sharing what his team has
How is life treating you, Zanga?
Troy, where we headed next.
Well, now we're headed
Or maybe they have red toilet paper and you just left it after going to the bathroom.
Oh, no. Seriously, you're not allowed back here.
Wait, what'd I do?
Troy, we specifically had a meeting about not keeping
You
guys
don't
on
sound
the
manly
show,
enough.
Remember?
Well, I figured we had the space for it.
Oh, seriously. Just head straight back to the interview area and think about what you've done while you go there.
Fine.
She's a meanie.
We're going to hear about Nemesis, our new expansion.
Man, she like whips that out.
Oh look! It's a cube. It's a cube.
Star.
The Borg! Resistance is futile.
Is it
You will be assimilated.
Doc's favorite. The game director for Stellaris.
So it's really Wimpy Man with another Wimpy Man.
Here, I know we're all busy.
But isn't he in trouble?
2020 is a big year for everyone.
I don't know.
Can you tell us a little bit about what happened with Stellaris in 2020?
Oh, Stellaris! Peter! Stellaris! Peter plays Stellaris. He did a stream for it. Joe, watch that. Hey, Adrian, welcome back. Welcome. So we have a bullring nose man who's really wimpy sounding, and then another wimpy sounding man. But they're going to talk about Stellaris.
Free update in May. Well, it was all things considered. Sounds like a
And it's not symmetrical either. You see, that's like angled.
Yeah.
Like I just want to just fix your nose ring for you, dude. It's like fix it,
call as part of the community myself.
Felix.
Thank you so much for your hard work. And now for the important news. Can you tell us a little bit about the future of the future?
Absolutely.
The future of the future.
Today we have some news for both console edition as well as for the PC.
Console.
So
I thought we'd start by talking a little bit about the changes for the console edition.
And I hear we have a trailer for that, correct?
Yes, we do.
Trailer!
Get that trailer rolling.
Stellaris controller edition.
Finally!
Is this gonna be like another like game like Destiny?
No, no, no. It's more strategy. It's more strategy. I think. Peter plays it. See, you have the big map,
Oh.
and you conquer the galaxy. And like he plays with his friends, but they have another update coming. I guess they're adding different species.
So together
2.6.
we're continuing
That's how
to
big
improve
the update will
experience
be.
for the console edition players in 2021 by adding a lot of free additions to the game. So by bringing the game to the 2.6 Vern version of the game, we're adding galactic community as well as archaeological sites, which will improve the diplomatic and discovery aspects of Stellaris. But we also have some more exciting news to share.
Oh? More movie. Asteroids. Can we shoot asteroids? I don't know. Please tell me that's not copyrighted music. We will rock you. It sounds like it. Are those like gem ships? Power. Uh-oh. Power stones.
So we're very happy to announce that the Lithoid Species Pack, as well as the 2.6 Vern update, will be available to all console players on March 25th. But there's also more news to
March 25th.
happen in 2021, so stay tuned.
So, it sounds like console players have a lot of good news coming up this year.
Could you open your eyes, buddy?
What about the PC players?
Please?
Absolutely. I'm very excited
He can open his eyes.
expansion Nemesis. But before we start diving into the details, let's take a look at this trailer to properly set the mood.
Good. He knows how to do things. Show us a trailer.
So now we have a trailer.
Uh-oh.
Following the destruction of the entire Oblogon system, not even the squabbling diplomats of the galactic community
Oh.
could ignore the encroaching darkness.
Another species?
Humbly accept the emergency powers the Senate has bestowed upon
Gee, that's like Star Wars.
our union shall be consumed by petty feuds no more.
Woohoo!
As custodians, we will lead the charge against this terrible crisis that threatens to end
That looks like Coruscant.
our differences shall become our strengths.
I never understood how that supposedly works.
They jumped to warp.
Ooh, it's a Borg cube.
And so, we rally to the custodians as a beacon of hope. They
It
are
looks interesting.
Oh my goodness, that is a Borg cube.
utter oblivion.
Oh, it's so big.
Whoa.
And big and purple.
And the purple thing's gonna probably fire.
The dark,
Fire!
the shadow.
Light the flame.
Flame.
Wish I had a thingy to light, but I don't. Stellaris Nemesis.
Pre-order available next week. Don't care about. Won't
Yeah, they also
play.
said that stuff available to the console gamers would be available, but do you have to pay for it? Or
I don't know.
I'm so excited. That looked amazing. I can't wait for Nemesis. Can you explain just a little bit about what we saw just now in that trailer?
Yeah, so in Nemesis we're focusing on essentially disruption and chaos. We're focusing on all the things that can go wrong, which is very much a stark contrast with our previous expansion, Federation, which focused on diplomacy and cooperation. So in Nemesis you will be able to choose if you will become the crisis or if you will be the custodian that aims to stop it. So essentially we're setting
Oh, so a
the
crisis.
stage for Nemesis to
you can be the bad or the good.
the fate of the
Either side.
Yeah, we're
That sounds.
Peter is gonna become the crisis, I'm sure.
system.
I know previously in one of the dev diaries we talked about how you could explore other alien empires using this espionage intel system. So that sounds really interesting to me. And I do have to ask though, you mentioned something about crisis or custodian. Could you elaborate a little bit?
Yeah, absolutely. So the crisis, become the crisis feature, is a new feature in Nemesis. So you'll be able to do evil deeds, unlock new powerful
Called it.
bonuses, and eventually you'll be able to threaten the existence of the galaxy by consuming its very stars.
Consuming the stars. Does that mean you'll actually be able to blow up or destroy stars?
Yeah, that's correct, Troy. You'll be able to blow up stars.
man.
Wow.
I'm really excited. I know the community is going to be really excited about it as well. It sounds like an interesting feature. And
Then the
you
entire
also mentioned,
galaxy's gone, so I mean...
Custodian. Would you like to tell us about the Custodian a little bit?
Yeah, so the custodian is basically the chief crisis fighter. So we want the players to be able to become the crisis, but we also
So they heavily borrowed from Star Trek and Star Wars, you know that?
Yeah, no.
it's Nemesis.
Because they're like, I have these emergency powers. Well, that was in Star Wars.
And Star Trek.
No, then Star Trek is the Borg Cube. That's where that came from. So it's like they're bringing in other franchises. Even though they're copying, but they're not plagiarizing.
Okay, so I become the Custodian. I get out there, I beat up and defeat the Crisis. I come home, saving the galaxy to critical fanfare from everyone. Everyone's joyously celebrating in the streets, and then what? Do I just go back to being a faceless Jeff mopping stalls for the rest of my
Yes,
life?
you're faceless Jeff.
That depends entirely on you, Troy. You know, perhaps in order to fight the crisis, you needed to ask for more powers. You need to ask for more permanent powers, powers that you might not be so willing to give up. So perhaps you instead try to sway the galactic community and turn it into the galactic imperium, with you as its rightful ruler.
Maybe we can become an empire.
What we're trying to do with Nemesis.
An emperor.
Even though one crisis may be
Let's bring back Roman
the
times.
next crisis might be just around the corner, and this time it's a diplomatic one.
I really like the premises so far. You have these two arch nemeses fighting each other, going head to head, jeopardizing or trying to save the galaxy. But it doesn't just end there, and that's what really interests me. So I've got to ask the question that I know is going to be the first one asked by the community as soon as they hear this news. When can I become the Emperor?
We're happy to announce that Nemesis
He called it.
available on April 15th.
April 15th. You heard him, folks. Get
That's not, he doesn't look at the guy. He looks at the camera. You saw that? He's looking at him, and he's like,
Get ready to
oh, camera's on me now. April 15th.
Thank you, Daniel and Troy. An underhanded monster like you should feel right at home in Nemesis. We have plenty more in store for you today on Paradox Insider. Coming up, we're going to talk to Brenda Romero about Empire of Sin, and Alexander Altner is going to share some new stuff that is coming to Crusader Kings 3.
It's Kings.
Crusader
Before
Kings.
we get to that, though, I have something else to share with those of you who are hoping to see more.
Makes me want to go.
You gonna go?
No.
Okay.
Paradox have a surprise for you located right
Which
here
isn't
in
Halo
our
supposed to
own
come out today.
galaxy. Let's have
Because I think I know how people are getting the Dark Master Chief with the Xbox Series X.
That makes sense.
And they think they're so flexing with all those people.
Well, I mean, you know.
So I'll just get it. It's exclusive.
Yes, Adrian, Stellaris is the video game. It's on consoles. Probably not on Switch, though. It's probably on Xbox One, PS4,
Spaceship?
PC. Spaceship!
Wait, are we gonna be landing on Mars?
This is Avon Colony? Oh, Surviving Mars.
Actually, you know what? That sounds like a good game for me to maybe play. Maybe.
Is it on console? We'll have to look.
That's right. We're returning to the Red Planet. With me today, I have Magnus, the product manager for Surviving Mars.
Hi, Troy.
Howdy. So development has resumed on Surviving Mars coming in 2021. That's really exciting. But for anyone that hasn't tried the game or has been living on a different planet for a few years, can you tell
That'd be
us
me.
the game is about?
I've been living under a rock.
I've been living on Mars.
Anytime anyone lands on Mars, they die.
I know, so I'm dead. It's a joke that I'm on Mars. It's a joke.
I mean, there's life on Mars. People found it. I'm not a fan of this game. I am a fan of Mars.
Wow, new content. Does that mean that there's going to be a sequel to Surviving Mars in the works?
Well, just to set some expectations here and now, this is not the sequel. Rather, it's
Set expectations. I love that.
on the game. What I can tell you here today, though, is that there will be an expansion coming out later this year.
An expansion.
Yeah.
Very excellent. Now I'm super excited, but I have to ask, who's working on this new content?
I'm happy that you're excited, Troy. So are we.
He tried to dance.
Fine folks at
Dance for me, dance for me, dance for me.
Extraction
Oh.
great
games.
job so far, and so we believe that
I don't know who they are.
that you guys have lots
You
to be
don't?
excited about.
I guess they were extracted
The community is now going to
from the games.
So I have to ask you the question that I know
They-
is going
they
to be
make-
the very first one.
They They made old keyboards back in the day.
Oh.
When can we expect this new content?
And now they've stepped
Well, you
up
don't
for
have to wait
making
so long, actually.
this right
We're
here.
gonna launch,
A mouse?
Yes,
on March
they
15th,
okay.
it's making the snake
that's gonna
mouse.
focus on the game
Whatever
tourism
phone.
mechanics. So we're gonna expand the game a little bit.
You got a video maybe to show us?
Happy to you know.
March 15th, like 2 days from now.
Yeah, 2 days from now. Yeah.
That's really soon.
Like, how does he not know he works for the company? Come on.
We also have a content creator pack in the pipeline as well. That's been developed by a long-time community modder, Silva. He's actually famous in the community. He's done some of the best mods out there, such as modular apartments. And
He's the one that did the geothermal power plants and the retro cinema.
yeah, exactly. That's the guy.
Hey, that spaceship just took off.
Yeah, I know.
Spaceship!
He's actually doing her nap over there.
Yeah, she's cool.
On March 15th, alongside the free update.
Well, if you haven't gotten into Surviving Mars, now definitely seems to be the time. Is there anything else you want to tell us while you're here today?
Well, I can just add that if you haven't picked up the game already, or if you want to pick up any new cool expansions, the game will be on discount on the platforms where the game is available. So please go check it out.
That is definitely.
And what platforms is it available on?
Yeah, I mean we're super excited to show you what's coming up for Surviving Mars.
Yeah, well, thank you so much, man.
Thank you, Troy.
Why didn't you ask what platforms it's on?
So, who would have thought today we'd hear how our team is reviving Mars?
See, it's catching on. The dumb pun is one of life's simplest pleasures.
I actually hate myself a little.
Does he have a thumb ring on?
Please just
Maybe.
move on.
All right, then.
He's moving on.
Paul's now going to go talk to Brenda Romero of Romero Games.
That's true. Heading over there right now.
In the meantime, we move from the
Uh-oh.
red planet's hostile wasteland to 1920s Chicago.
This is gonna be M. This is M.
This was one from last year, but they're updating it again.
Work on maintaining their surviving bars.
And there she is, Brenda Romero, game director of Empire of Sin. Hi, how are you?
Yeah. In the name sounds bad. Empire of Sin.
Hi,
Like,
Brenda.
why would you think that was a good thing?
The game right after Crusader Kings 3, so no pressure there, right?
None at all. Yeah, we here in the studio played a lot of CG3
Oh, look, it's snowing there.
came out, and we
See that?
definitely felt some pressure seeing the incredible reception that it got from press and fans. I mean, huge congrats to the team.
Yeah.
And she's got huge teeth. Look at her teeth. Her teeth are just like mutant size.
Yeah.
Remember she shows her teeth.
When Empire of Sin was released, the reception was decidedly mixed. So on the one hand, there was a lot of love for the game. People loved the setting, playing as the different bosses, the gangsters, the blend of RPG and Empire Builder and strategy. But on the other hand, there was also a lot of feedback for us to consider and a
Even if I
number
don't
of
win that
issues
3
to
million,
address.
so
So
it's
we
that
wanted to
500.
strengthen what players loved about
Okay,
the
no.
game while immediately addressing the things that were getting in the way of them enjoying their experience in Empire of Sin.
Yeah.
In addition
Is that a
to
lamb?
hot fixes right after
It's a
launch, we
stuffed
also
lamb or a penguin, I don't
recently
know.
released
Or
our
chair.
first big
Yeah, it's snowing.
So it sounds
Yeah, it's
like
snowing
you
there.
have a great
Maybe that's a sheep.
Oh, we absolutely do. So
Beep, beep.
It's a sheep. It's a
in guiding our
Or maybe it's
post-launch
platypus.
plan.
I don't
As
know.
I mentioned, you can already see we've jumped
Yeah, it's
on
definitely
the
sheep.
biggest issues and most pressing.
She's got
issues
fireplaces
and
on, I don't know.
Suggestions to heart. In fact, recently we announced 2 new things so that we can make the community's connection to us even better. First, we formed a community council, and we call them the family. So it's a group of active, passionate, and most importantly, super vocal players. And they've already given us some amazing feedback and suggestions that we're following up on.
What is that thing? It's not a thing that,
The voice
like,
of the community, you'd
bat
say,
thing?
and
Flat bat
everyone
she had?
is right in their
Look
own
to the right next time they show her.
we've created,
To the right,
an
on the right side of the screen. Like she has this big flat bat, like an oar, like a really tiny oar. See right there.
Oh.
Listen, it's like a small oar, but it's got a thing, a grip like you use like for a bat, like a flat bat.
Wow, so there seems to be a lot of things going on at Romero Games and generally at the development side of the game.
Yeah, there is a lot going on. You know, in Empire of Sin, we believe we have a really great foundation, and we're improving that foundation every day by adding features that players want and building upon the world we've created.
Here's the thing.
Deep in the game.
They're not paying these players to give them all the feedback to make their product better. That kind of bothers me. It's like, here, we're going to use you as slave labor to help us make our product better, and we're not going to, like, pay you.
First DLC later this year. So there's big things in store for that. But first, we needed to focus on the one.
She's got a decent headset though. It's a big old thick headset.
Yeah.
Very cool. Can you tell us a little bit about those updates?
Yeah, so 103 is already out there, and that was called the Safe House. So it addressed some critical issues and exploits that our players, well, they helpfully pointed them out to us, as well as fixes and some quality of life updates that players asked for. So it's a big, long list, and they've really been our immediate priority ever since launch. Listening to players and focusing on their requests, making sure that the feedback that they provide is getting to us, getting heard, and getting acted upon. So we're all over the forums and Discord, and we're always happy to hear from players. Our next big patch, 104, is
Discord plug.
auto-resolve update. That probably gives you an idea precisely what that contains. It is very much anticipated, and there'll be lots of other improvements along the way.
I'm actually glad they're not showing this game though.
All right, so I'm very excited. I'm looking forward for the DLC and all of these.
How come these people are never like, I'm bored out of my mind talking to you?
That's very
Because they're all being paid to promote these products.
So speaking of games, before we part ways, I want to tell you a bit about an announcement we have to make.
I love how paid company people are acting like their media in interviewing someone. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
On March 18th,
When they're really not.
NPC. So if you have Game Pass, please.
It's like watching fake news.
All right.
Fake news.
Brenda,
Breaking
before
news
we go,
or laser
have
news.
any tips for those
I just love that laser stole it from PewDiePie.
Oh,
Hi.
Adrian says hi.
Oh, hi. Adrian, hi.
I do. So first, reload your gun. That's pretty critical.
Reload your gun. Wow, thanks.
Real best advice I
Not
can
like
give
I
is
reload my gun in Fortnite.
They got a lot of people wearing black, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So much advice, and it differs depending on which
Well,
developer is
wherever the
playing
person
the
they're
game.
talking to is probably either in Colorado or Denver.
But others have other
They might be somewhere in Europe though.
information's over on the
Yeah, but Colorado and Denver are getting the biggest snowstorm since they had since 19, I think,
It was great talking to you,
80,
Could be Sweden,
like 1983.
Switzerland,
83, like that's a while.
Russia.
Well, I'm really excited to see what Empire Sin has for the upcoming months.
I'm not.
But there's just one thing I never understood about that game.
You mean, why would anyone think prohibition would work?
Well,
No.
I guess there's that, but
It worked great.
it's an Empire of Sin. I mean, it's not a complicated process. You just build up your monthly piety, maybe grab the Defender of the Faith perk, and then reform your core tenets, and then boom. Prostitution, alcoholism, not a sin anymore. You're good to go. Your empire's great.
Troy, this is obviously an excuse to talk about your favorite game.
Well, of course it is, Paula.
Well, I can see that your next guest has already arrived, so you should probably head over there.
I should probably head over there, but I'll see you soon. The first thing we should announce today is that our game design lead, Alex Oltner, is taking over as game director. It's now his ship to steer, and we know it's in good hands.
Oh,
So,
Crash.
congratulations.
Crash it.
Crusader Kings 3.
And we would both like to thank the community. Without your
It's
interest
probably
and
on
enthusiasm,
mobile.
the game launch would
No,
not
it's
have
PC.
been smooth or as
I mean, it might be on consoles too, but
And
it's PC.
to increase that enthusiasm,
I doubt one this complex is on mobile.
so Alex, now that you're a game director, does that make you a king or a duke?
I do believe that it makes me a king. The old game director, Henrik Furious, has ascended to the ranks of emperor and become created duke. So I remain his
Dude, you sound British, mate. Why
His
you-
head's so big it barely fits in the frame.
One of our goals was to launch it as a complete game experience. That was one of our core values. I think we did a good job, and I hope
We?
continue doing so.
What did you do?
One of our goals is to
What did you do in this process, buddy?
For those that aren't familiar with flavor packs, maybe you could enlighten us.
Absolutely. So a flavor pack is bigger than you would expect a traditional Paradox cosmetic pack to be, but distinctly smaller than a major expansion. They focus on a specific area,
Okay.
a specific culture or region, and they contain things such as graphical assets, clothes, hairs, beards, units, whatever. Awesome new music and audio, and plenty of new contents to experience, such as events, decisions, or interactions.
Why don't they show stuff?
So it sounds like while
Stellaris showed stuff.
enhances the game
Yeah.
experience at a basic
Ooh,
level,
red
it
lights.
doesn't add
Red
more
lights.
gameplay,
I see lots of red lights.
right?
Hey, take me back to the red lights.
Avoid
Oh, they're there. They're there.
They are supposed
Oh,
to be
at the
smaller
top.
and more focused and really hone in on enhancing an area. We want there to be a very clear divide between what is a flavor pack and what is an expansion, because there is no confusion. Of course, there will be a patch containing a lot of exciting fixes and...
A patch. That means you did things wrong in the first place.
And of course, if you own the expansion pass, you will get the flavor pack.
We broke the game. We didn't know what we were doing, so we have to patch it. Patching is fixing.
We do.
Let's go ahead and roll that footage then.
Oh, we got footage. Finally.
Yay. Oh.
This one might be M, though. I'm not sure.
Probably. Lord.
Flavor pack. Yum, yum. What's it taste like?
Well, I'm super excited. I know you're super
That was their
excited.
trailer.
Big question.
That was at least 11 seconds of my worst life.
It's like a zoom out from a picture.
You heard him. You heard him. Overpowered.
Well, on a more serious note, we know that the Norse are very popular with players and that the sort of tribal raiding gameplay style is very appreciated. And this early starting date where they are present is fascinating in that Europe is shattered, it's easy to carve out your own destiny.
Oh, Europe, wow.
So they're bringing in the Norse.
So we have this kind
We're Vikings, don't you know, the terrors of the sea.
The Norse is these Viking.
Oh, I gotta check my shoe.
Warriors of the sea.
Ah, shoes untied.
No, that's not all they are. They definitely still are brave warriors of the sea, and the player will be able to live out whatever fantasy they have. But we do also want to show that
I want to attack my enemies with Bebo. Can I do that? If you're not familiar with Bebo, it's a big, giant, stuffed bear.
So sounds like we have a very deep
What about the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man? Can I use him?
side of that pillaging and raiding mindset. How and what can we expect to see this represented as in the Northern Wales flavor pack?
quite a few things. One of the things that excites me the absolute most is the ability to pack
He looks excited, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Like, I am so excited.
You will be able to adventure and settle in foreign lands. There is also a new dueling system,
Oh.
which the Norse make prolific use of.
He's got cards to read off of, too.
Called trial by combat, which was a very Norse thing to do to settle disputes. And of course, there's also a slew of new goals to pursue, such as founding the High Kingdom of the North Sea.
So it sounds like we have a whole long ship full of new Norse-themed events. Escaping thralls, braggart wanderers, duels and curses between, rival court members, shield maidens, stuff like that. That's a lot of new content for the Norse culture and society.
Yes, and that's not all. We also have bloots, where you can sacrifice your prisoners to the gods.
Anyone else feel like this is like really, really scripted on their part? Like we didn't script it because we don't know what we're seeing beforehand.
A group of crazy fundamentalists that are as likely to raid you as your Christian neighbors, of course, if you don't live up to their harsh ideals. You can raise
Did he just spew hate speech against Christians? Really?
Racism.
Well, it's not racism. It's anti-religious discrimination. Hate speech. Hey, they had Stellaris, Peter.
We talked about how the Norse aren't just these pillaging.
Both. So console's getting 2.6. They're bringing in the gem ship-looking people, the Ilithians or Ilithians or something. I have to check the back. So they're getting the 2.6 update. Then the PC is getting a big giant Borg cube, where you can be the Borg cube. That's some crisis that can destroy stars, or you could go be the Emperor, like in Star Wars, and take over the entire galactic empire and go try to defeat it.
Very, very in depth. I know
They're bringing Vikings into Crusader Kings 3.
I can't wait, and I know our community is super rabid for content. They've been waiting months for this, and as soon as this airs,
Let's Calypso.
on everybody's mind. When?
We are excited to say that already.
You keep saying you're excited, but you're about ready to fall asleep.
The 16th, you'll be able to get your hands on the flavor pack. And of course, if you own the expansion pack.
And they just flavor pack. The Yum Yum Tasty flavor pack.
I know I'm super excited. I know
He does have a thumb ring, and he painted his thumbnail black.
Get out there and live your history. Alex, thank you so much for
You see
being
that?
here today. Thanks
His
for
thumbnail's
all the
black.
information. Thanks for sharing with us about Northern Lords.
What did you do?
Thank you for having me. It's been an absolute pleasure.
Thank you, Alex.
Hello, Paula. I guess this is the end of my dynastic line.
I guess so, but thanks for dropping by.
Wow, he is tall compared to her.
Thank you.
You can fabricate
Look at that. He is like
Yeah, huge.
giant.
And Martians and mobsters. Oh my.
Do you feel like you got a lot of cool stuff for your birthday this year?
You know, I would have honestly settled for a gift card. We've just been getting so many presents today.
Yeah. Is it maybe too much? Should we have set a lower gift budget?
Well, I mean, thankfully we're not the only ones celebrating our birthday today, so we can share it with our next guest, can't we?
That is very true. Up next is City Skylines. Our city's
Oh,
management
City
Skylines.
Skylines. Oh no.
its 6th anniversary this year. And it's not just us at Paradox that are celebrating. Let's have a look at what the community has to say.
Happy 6th birthday, City Skylines. Happy birthday, City Skylines. From Cities in a Snap. Wait.
Okay.
Birthday, City Skylines.
Happy birthday, City Skylines.
Happy 6th birthdays, happy birthdays.
Happy 6th birthday, happy birthday.
Wishing Paradox and City Skylines a happy 6th birthday.
My favorite part about the game is actually the community that surrounds it. I love this game.
Thank you for 6
I've never heard of them.
city building, fun challenges,
Any of them.
Is that just me? Or that, you know, just looks like someone. Looks like someone from Twitch. That I know.
If you know him, you know him. I mean, I don't know any of these people.
Oh man. Well, that dude I don't. Cause some of those are Asians. Oh, it's a bald man. Stay away from the bald guys. They're ugly.
Okay.
Happy birthday, cities! With us to represent the game here.
And they brought a city to come talk.
Hello.
Oh, I mean, sorry, the girl. My mistake.
And Samantha, the community manager from the game developer Colossal Order. Hi. Hello. Hi. So we just saw a lot of love from the community. How does it feel like, from a community manager's perspective, to see something like that?
As a community manager, it's amazing. Like, our community is so awesome. From the hardcore players who record and stream regularly, to the modders who bring these brilliant ideas and assets to the game, to our players that follow us on social media.
Maybe you should pay them.
We have a really great group of
Maybe they do pay them.
players who are contributing in their own way. Either it's their screenshots or video tutorials. Everything they do has really built a solid foundation. that we have.
Samantha,
Does
or
someone else
maybe
have
Avanya, because
3 mil?
you are also well known
If you need to go, you can go.
Yeah. It's not like I need.
It should hopefully be done soon.
It's not like I need that 3 mil anyways.
building cities and
No,
watching it
of course not.
grow like over these past 6 years.
Of course, the odds of winning are real low, so.
Yeah, I know.
It's been an amazing journey.
Because last
for us
week
to
we
just
just
see,
barely
like,
snuck in.
players take the
Qualifiers.
game beyond
It's like, I think,
our
top
original
2,000
ideas
players
and
left.
Just the creativity
like final
and the
week.
mastery of the game.
She's got big old red hair. Really bright red hair.
We've done ours by like adding.
And she matched it. She matched her lipstick with it, too.
With new content, giving them
Yeah.
transportation
Actually,
options,
Fresh
free
and his team
alternatives and
won last night.
industries, and
They were
and of course there's the
practicing.
radio stations and content creator packs, all to let players create their dream cities.
Yeah, and if I'm not mistaken, there you were one of those creators who brought one of those packs to life.
That's correct. I did the European Suburbia one.
That's fun, yes. But now let's dive into the building blocks of cities and look at cities by the numbers.
I can't remember if I even played this game. I think I might have, but I may not have. I think I may have messed with it. All 6 of you. Oh. Now it's getting bigger. So you're saying people wasted their time with your game. Got it. Good job.
It's a lot of mods. not 10 years, not 20 years, or 30. It's 61.
Point 2. Can't forget the point 2. Of course, it's not possible of the people who buy it.
Alright, so cities' combined population stretches beyond 333 billion citizens living in 74,532,087
Okay, I hate to bring up this point, but it's all fake.
These are some pretty mind-boggling numbers, and it seems like we have a very productive community.
Yeah, we definitely do. It's amazing to see numbers like that. And every day we are amazed by our community's creativity and mastery of the game. And their work actually goes beyond the game itself.
Absolutely. From the beginning, 6 years ago,
She kind of reminds me of
we
Rikishi.
wanted to include and engage the community to build the vibrant community that we have. We've done that in a few different ways. We have worked with cool content creators making videos and tutorials. We have hosted meetups at events. We have participated in panels, and we host one of our community's most favorite events, our global build-offs.
Alright, so it feels almost impossible to talk about cities without mentioning the mods. And I think we saw a
I could
number in the
do
video
with
there
not talking about mods.
There were over 250,000
I could be done talking about mods.
something like that, and that seems pretty unique.
Yeah, that's really incredible. We always expected players to mod the game, but they've taken it to an extent that's really been a surprise.
I'll tip my hat to Paradox for this. They don't mind people modding their software, unlike Nintendo, Microsoft, and Sony, who like freak out. You can't mod it. You're messing with our copyright. Why can't we mod it?
Or road building guidelines, right?
Yeah, exactly. And those are just a couple of examples of players inspiring us. And from the start, we wanted to work with the modding community and encourage it. And over the years, that's taken the shape of a modding beta. Where
Of course you would,
modders can
because then they're more rabid fans. What is fan short for, Noah?
just making for a smoother experience for players. And
Fanatic.
we've added a road editor that was developed
That's why they love their fans, because they're fanatics for them and their products.
It's been incredible to see our modding community grow over the years into what it's become today.
Alright, and now we're here, and 6 years is quite a milestone. How will you celebrate?
We're gonna party! No, but really, we're
So, isn't some of the Mario games like 35 years or something old? I mean,
Yeah.
sorry, but in the gaming industry, 6 years is not a lot. How long has Fortnite been around?
to make right now, which is the Berlin
It's
Build-Off.
2017, so about 3 years.
Is it 17 or is it even before then?
It came out in 2017.
Oh, okay.
2017 September.
Alright, so maybe it's not as old.
With the help of some other talented content creators, he has rebuilt the map of Berlin, and now he challenges you to create a bridge in the city center.
Yeah, I'm not gonna do that.
Where can I join and when?
Oh, I just pop it down there. I don't care what I destroy.
Officially, the contest
I don't care what I break. Like, I put a bridge right there. Hey, you messed up the town. Don't care. You said put a bridge in there. Done.
and submit it, and you could potentially win some very cool prizes. So all the rules and information are on our social platforms. So we encourage you, if you're not already, to follow us on social media.
I think they made a console version of City Skylines, I believe.
Samantha for joining us. And you heard her. Head over to social and join that challenge. Happy birthday, cities!
Yeah, definitely. Thanks again to the cities team, and you know what, Paul? I think that does it. I think that's it for us. I think everything.
They gotta have one more.
Is now outside.
Yeah, and what an awesome show we've had. Leviathan, Nemesis, the Northern Lords, and the South Side
Maybe
of
not.
Chicago.
Not to mention a return to the untamed
But
surface.
you know what I do love about some of these FCS? They let you watch them live on Twitch, and then you can maybe like get some of these rewards. I'm like, yeah, I don't want to worry about them. Just gonna be garbage.
He's lighting candles.
Head over to the website and sign up.
Oh wait, it's a cake.
And Paul, this has just been a delightful birthday.
Yes, I can't think of a better way we could have spent this.
That is that a cake? Is that a micro cake? What is that?
I think it's a miniature cupcake.
And thank you. We hope that you've enjoyed this.
Who had trouble with a cupcake? It's too much. I need a miniature one.
Upcoming games very soon. But until then,
Stay safe.
stay sane.
And go play some video games.
Oh,
Well, that's all the Paradox one, I guess.
for today.
Yeah. So, well, they're having a little. Sorry, they're having a little end movie.
They're showing us what.
Napoleon.
Yeah.
That was bloody.
Yep. Basketball.
Oh, it must be in cities.
Yeah.
Game's just flying by. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and stop this. FFG reacts to the Paradox Insider. I can't remember what comes up next. I don't think it's something we're gonna cover though.
Okay.
I'll have to double check that. But I'm gonna give Zanga the superstar of the stream, and I thank everyone for watching. Hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Bye.